don't get into Beacon production, please. So typically, when you get into Beacon, you have your home screen. I'm sure you guys already seen this stuff before. But we go. There's a couple ways to access your actions page. You could click this. It's like that movie clapper thing. My actions. You could click this icon here, or you could go to your My Office, My Actions, and it'll bring up this page. Okay, and then you have a business group. And typically in these business groups, you'll be going into processing or phone queue or what have you. But typically they'll tell you what business group to go into. For the sake of this, I'll just remain in SNAP special case processing. Here we'll get action or create an action. You could also review the progress. When you're in phone queue, you will be creating actions, okay? So one thing to know is when I'm in phone queue, I got this window ready to rock and roll. I don't know, I'm sorry. What I do is I actually put in a comment, say phone queue, because you have to put in a comment. And then I'm already right here, just waiting. And then I'll get the phone call, and I'll ask for their social or their AP ID, and then I'll search and I'll grab them. And then once they populate, I'll just hit create action. And once the action is created, I'll just hit the play button, and it'll let me get into the case. So I'll just show you. So creating an action, let's just say they give me their API ID. I'm just going or whatever one. Of course, they don't exist. Neither does that. Or that one. Okay, whatever. We'll get back to that. All right, so to get an action, we just hit get action, right? And this one is an online recertification. So I'll just highlight it, and I have to hit the play button to start it. Now, always read the messages that pop up. This one is saying that there's a PI checklist, which we'll check out soon enough. Okay, there's a match. There's some sort of outstanding data match that needs to be reviewed. Okay, my assumption is that it's probably a work number match, perhaps, but we'll see. So when I get into a case, I read the alerts. This is saying this case is at recertification. Please follow COVID-19 recertification procedures. Hit OK. All right. Now, if it didn't prompt me that notification and I got into this case, this is where I could also tell whether or not it's at reevaluation. It says reevaluation due in 23 days. However, this could also say like application if they just applied for food stamps. It would also say application. So I would know that this case is either at application or reevaluation. Now, again, if this is blank and there's nothing up here, it doesn't say reevaluation or application due, that means this case is either active all around, right? And they're just updating the case perhaps, or the case is closed. So, I like to go into the results just to kind of get some familiarity of where the case is at. So I see it's 281. That's max benefit for a household of one. But I like to hit AU member to make sure. Okay, so it's a household of one. So this is going to be a pretty easy one. I like to look at the narrative. Okay, no one has been in this case since March. And they submitted a fraud referral then. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Okay, fraud referral. Sent, folder, okay. Not much to go off of why there was a fraud referral, but that happens too.
So I know they said not to put too much like personal information, but right in this case, like what the fraud, suspected fraud was.
Yeah, for sure.
So that you
I would
know.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, like this is just hey, fraud, bye. You know? Well, it is what it is. Alright, so one thing really quick is I like to go to tools. Because if you guys want to write this down, this is not like a wink wink, it's not going to be on the exam. It's just for when you guys are actually in Beacon Live and pulling cases. If it says process online recertification, that online recert is going to be in this folder, the client communication folder. If it says process scan document, it's going to be in this folder right here. But I'm going to go into this folder just to see if there's anything that came up. Okay, perfect. So we have two things that showed up. All right. Can you guys see this scan history?
Yes.
Of what they submitted. So, this is to preview your document, and then this one's to actually disposition it as like code it as entered. Because you see how it says available, pending review. We'll change that. So let's just review it. And let's take forever. Sometimes it can take forever to load. And can you guys see this? What they submitted? It's
Yeah, your self deck.
Yeah. Okay. So this happens quite often when they do stuff online. So this is blank. They haven't checked anything off. So unfortunately, this is it's incomplete. Let's look at this next one. It'll be a duplicate. Sure is. All right. So let's get back to this. Let's look at the actual data sheet. So this is the actual online research. You can see that it's in Spanish, but clear as day, it says COVID recertification. Were there any changes to this? No. So there's no changes to his contact information, location, no changes to the household. He states that there's a change in income here. This is earned income. Let's see, let's go to page 2. It's new. He's got new wages, but no changes to anything else. This is just a bunch of the legal language that goes with the research, similar to the application. So we're good there. It was, we